and welcome to Gadget Junkie, your stop for technology, gadgets, inventions, and innovations. Please subscribe to our channel. We don't know when we started dreaming about flying cars, but we know that our first attempt on a flying car started around 1917. In 1956, Ford presented their concept flying car, Volante, but it is getting close day by day. At the moment, a lot of inventors are working hard to make it a reality. In this episode, we will look at all these attempts. Aeromobil. Designer and pilot Stefan Klein started to work on his first flying car concepts in early 90s. In 2010, he teamed up with Juraj Vakulik and founded their independent company, Aeromobil. In 2013, Stefan unveiled Aeromobil 2.5. 10 months later, with a team of 12 people, they launched Aeromobil 3.0. In 2015, the company received a prestigious award from Popular Science magazine for the invention of the year, and Aeromobil 3.0 continues to be a popular attraction worldwide. But with version 4.0, which is launched April 20, 2017, will be available for pre-order. Aeromobil 4.0, having a 700-kilometer range on the ground, or about 750-kilometer cruise range when airborne, on a 90-liter tank of 95 RON fuel. Airborne cruise speed is around 259 kilometers per hour, and it'll safely carry a maximum load of 240 kilograms, enough for 2 average adults and luggage. The first 500 units have a price tag of 1.2 to 1.5 million euros. Apart from the eye-watering price tag, it's every bit an airplane, so you'll need a pilot's license and a bunch of hours under your belt to fly it. If you are dreaming of vertical takeoff and landing, Aeromobil may not be the vehicle for you. It can take you from home to airstrip, and then you can land on the airstrip and can come back home. Terrafugia. American-based Terrafugia, founded in the year 2006, was founded by students of MIT and MIT Sloan School of Business. They expect their first model in the year 2019. Their car is called Transition. It is also a foldable wing car which you have to drive to an airstrip, then you can fly. Transition has a cruise speed of 100 miles per hour, and it has a range of 400 miles. Transition can carry a load of 500 pounds. It can reach up to an altitude of 10,000 feet. Now they are developing model TFX. According to sources, TFX will not require an airport for takeoff. The TFX will be able to take off and land vertically from a level clearing of at least 100 feet in diameter. To enable flight, the TFX design has fold-out wings with twin electric motor pods attached to the ends. The motors are powered by a 300 horsepower engine and can move from vertical to horizontal positions as required for taking off, cruising, and landing. A ducted fan will provide thrust, and the vehicle will have a cruising speed of 200 miles per hour, as well as a 500-mile flight range. Terrafugia says the TFX will be another 8 to 12 years in development. Aurora Flight Sciences. Virginia-based Aurora Flight Sciences developed an electrical vertical takeoff and landing eVTOL aircraft for its Uber Elevate network, and a functioning model of it has already been flown. Its battery electric propulsion system, for instance, is derived from the XV-24A X-plane demonstrator designed for the U.S. Department of Defense. The autonomous flight guidance system, meanwhile, is adapted from the Centaur optionally piloted aircraft, while the perception and collision avoidance system was developed for the U.S. Navy's Autonomous Aerial Cargo Utility System, AACUS. The two-passenger aircraft uses 8 horizontally oriented propellers to take off and land vertically, while the vertical prop in the rear allows it to switch to faster and more efficient fixed-wing flight once airborne. On April 20, a proof-of-concept subscale model of the eVTOL was successfully test-flown. Uber plans to add flying car-like air taxis to its existing transport system. Ultimately, the hope is that users could request a pickup by one of the eVTOLs via an app on their smartphone. Carplane. The Braunschweig-based company Carplane hopes to square the circle with a twin-fuselage rotatable monoplane that made its first public appearance in prototype form at the recent Aero show in Friedrichshafen, Germany. Developed with money from the EU and the German state of Lower Saxony, Carplane says it is aiming to have its vehicle certified both as a light aircraft in the Very Light Aircraft (VLA) category and as a passenger car without any exemptions in either category. Its creators also claim that it will fly at least as well as a trainer plane and drives as well as a compact car. Like a number of flying car designs, the Carplane has retractable wings and tail section. It's not even the first twin-fuselage flying car design we've seen, but where the Carplane does stand out is where it tucks its wings. The Carplane's foldable push prop is powered by a 151 bhp PC850 engine that gives the vehicle an estimated range of 833 kilometers, a surface ceiling of 4,570 meters, and a cruising speed of 200 kilometers per hour. On the ground, it can do 176 kilometers per hour and is compliant with Euro 5 emission controls. Lilium Aviation. The Lilium Company was founded in 2015 by a group of engineers and doctoral students from the Technical University of Munich in Germany. Lilium Aviation's Jet Vertical Takeoff and Landing (VTOL) zero-emission electric eagled prototype has completed its maiden flight. Being controlled from the ground, the unmanned two-seater was subjected to a series of tests, including a mid-air transition from hovering to horizontal flight. The company is aiming for a manned flight in 2019 and is setting its sights on a five-seater for on-demand air taxi and ride-sharing services. Air taxi will be jet-powered, though this means it uses 36 ducted fans run by electric motors rather than using gas turbines. The motors are set on the wings and canards with 12 movable flaps that direct the airflow downwards for taking off and landing, then directing it aft over the wings to provide lift and forward flight. The new five-seater is claimed to use only 10% of the energy of a quadcopter-style aircraft and has a range of over 300 kilometers, 186 miles, at a speed of 300 kilometers per hour, 186 miles per hour, allowing it to travel from JFK Airport to Manhattan in 5 minutes instead of the 55 minutes by road, all with zero local emissions. Urban Aeronautics. Metro Skyways Limited, a subsidiary of Urban Aeronautics, plans to launch the design and development of a 4-passenger vertical takeoff and landing (VTOL) flying car based on Urban Aeronautics' internal rotor fancraft technology. The vehicle will initially be powered by jet fuel, but will be designed from the outset to convert to liquid hydrogen and eventually also to 700 bar compressed hydrogen once such options become commercially feasible. CityHawk is unique in combining a compact car-sized design that has a 4-passenger capacity, no exposed rotors or wings, no batteries, and potential for zero carbon emissions. Hydrogen's only byproduct is pure H2O. Perhaps most critical is that CityHawk achieves these groundbreaking qualities while meeting all design criteria that are the basis for eventual FAA EASA certification. This paves the way for true unrestricted commercial viability. The development of CityHawk is expected to take 5 years. While CityHawk will initially be piloted by a human pilot, the vehicle's flight control and flight management systems will be capable of a high degree of autonomy from the outset. All CityHawks will be equipped with a standard rocket-deployed parachute that will bring them safely down to the ground should any flight critical event occur while airborne. PALV. PALV is a cross between a gyrocopter and motorbike, a personal air and land concept vehicle designed to solve the increasing congestion in our cities and highways. On the ground, the slimline aerodynamic three-wheel vehicle is as comfortable as a luxury car, yet has the agility of a motorbike, thanks to its patented cutting-edge tilting system. The single rotor and propeller are folded away until the PALV is ready to fly. Once airborne, the PALV flies under the 4,000 feet, 1,500 meter floor of commercial airspace. The PALV is highly fuel efficient and powered by an environmentally certified car engine. It runs on petrol like a conventional car and could reach speeds of up to 200 kilometers per hour, both on land and in the air. PALV has a very short takeoff and vertical landing (VSTOVL) capability, which means it does need a short takeoff and landing strip. Accordingly, it can be driven to the nearest airfield or helipad, and because it flies below 4,000 feet, in many countries it can take off without filing a flight plan. The autogyro technology means that it can be steered and landed safely even if the engine fails, as it descends vertically rather than nosediving. Lift is generated by the forward speed produced by the foldable push propeller on the back. At less than 70 decibels, it is much quieter than helicopters due to the slower rotating of the main rotor. A license to fly the PALV is more accessible than one for a helicopter or plane because of the regulations controlling autogyro craft. EHang. EHang's 184 AAV autonomous aerial vehicle is designed to carry a single human passenger, autonomously flying them from one location to another. CEO Huaji Hu began designing the one-seater electric drone a couple of years ago, after two of his pilot friends were killed in plane crashes. He decided that people needed a form of short to medium distance personal air transport that didn't require them to have a pilot's license, and that took much of the danger out of low altitude flight. The idea behind the Chinese-built 184 is that users will simply get in, power it up, select their destination using a 12-inch touchscreen tablet display, then press the take-off button. The drone's automated flight systems will take over from there, managing tasks such as communication with air traffic control and other aircraft, obstacle avoidance, and of course navigation. It will always choose the fastest yet safest route between its present location and its destination. Charging of its 14.4 kilowatt-hour battery pack takes 4 hours in trickle mode or 2 hours in fast charge, with a full charge reportedly being sufficient to keep one passenger airborne for up to 23 minutes at sea level. The whole thing weighs 440 pounds, can carry up to 264 pounds, has a maximum speed of 62 miles per hour, and can reach a maximum altitude of 11,480 feet.